Today in history.
On, in, under, next to, doesn't matter. Today, next to history. I like that too.
Today in history. 그 웃음을 좋아하시는구나. 이거였구나. 네.
That's my evil laugh. Yeah.
All right, it's June 11th, and our journey to the past will continue.
We have a couple of events to share with our listeners today, both movie related, as a matter of fact. But first, here is a quiz question for you. The most renowned dinosaur movie of all time is known to be number 1, Central Park, or number 2, Jurassic Park. One more time. The most renowned dinosaur movie of all time is known to be number 1, Central Park, number 2, Jurassic Park. If you know the answer, please put it on our Bundy board or text it in on your cell phone for 51 pounder sharp 1045, and that will be your chance to win an eco bag and mug cup.
I wonder which movies we're going to be talking about today. So here is the list.
Today in history. In 1982, E.T. was released, and in 1993, Jurassic Park was released.
Well, it's certainly not a movie day here in Morning Special, but surely these two events in history are worth making the exception.
That's right. 2 movies, the highest grossing movies ever at one point, as a matter of fact, both directed by the same person,
Right.
and both becoming cultural icons of their own.
Right. Well, now let's begin with the movie that redefined the science fiction genre, setting a new standard in the movie industry. And to start things off, well, let's take a listen to its renowned score, which earned an Academy Award for obvious reasons.
I love that scene.
That's it. Always gives me goosebumps.
E.T. is so cute. Right?
그렇죠.
Yeah. Well, of course, yeah, that's none other than E.T. the extraterrestrial, and that opened in theaters in 1982 today.
Right. 1982년 바로 오늘입니다. 6월 11일 이 유명한 영화 E.T.가 개봉한 날이기도 합니다. And undoubtedly, E.T. is one of the greatest movies ever, delighting audiences from all countries and generations.
But probably the biggest audience that E.T. has are children, I would say, or maybe children and parents watching with their kids,
Right.
Basically, the originally intended audience, and that would be from director Steven Spielberg.
That's
Yeah.
right. Well, in fact, the movie was actually shot from the eye level of a child. 그래서 눈높이를 맞춘 거죠. In other words, more than half of the movie shows grown-ups from the waist down.
Isn't
like
that
literally.
interesting?
그렇죠. 그 아이의 눈높이에 맞춰서 이제 촬영도 카메라도 그런 각도로 하게 된 거군요.
I never knew that before. That's a really interesting fact about that movie. I want to go back and watch that again. It's such a good movie, right? Well, E.T. was in more than one way revolutionary. For instance, E.T. pioneered what now is known as product placement. Here's another fun fact about the film. There's a scene in E.T. where E.T. is lured using chocolate. Remember?
네.
And initially, the famous M&M brand was suggested, but after they refused, another famous chocolate treat was used. Reese's. Well, the rest was marketing history as Reese's sales skyrocketed upon release of the movie.
유명한 초콜릿 그 브랜드죠. Reese. 그렇죠. 그 어떤 작품 안에 일부러 상품 광고를 위해서 협찬을 하게 되는 경우 우리도 이제 그런 경우가 많아졌죠. 그 PPL이라고 하지 않나요? 그게 바로 product placement를 가리키는 말이었군요. And let's not forget the main protagonist of the movie, E.T. itself, whose puppets, mechanisms, sound recordings, and special effects commanded more than 10% of the entire budget of the movie.
Just to make him move and talk and everything.
Right. But have you ever wondered where they got the concept for E.T.'s looks?
Well, it was all very well thought and planned, you see. E.T.'s looks came from the combination of poet Carl Sandburg, physicist Albert Einstein, and a pug dog.
Well, as we are showing here on 보이는 라디오. 자, 이 지금 두 분은 사람이고 하나는 이제 강아지가 될 텐데 이 얼굴을 합성을 했더니 이제 저 E.T. 같은 얼굴이 나왔다. 이렇게 됐네요. I wonder if they had any idea.
I hope not.
아이고 어떡하나.
Me plus a dog equals E.T. Thank you, Steven Spielberg.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so enough about E.T. Well, actually, E.T. was the highest grossing movie of all time until another Spielberg masterpiece took its place.
Of course, we're talking about the mega international hit Jurassic Park, which also opened on this day in 1993.
Wow. Jurassic Park single-handedly triggered a dinosaur renaissance in the 90s. And to this date, no other movie under this category has surpassed the impact that Jurassic Park has had with its iconic T-Rex and velociraptors.
Yeah, now the movie was a mix of thrill, horror, suspense, and awe all at the same time. And probably the scene where the T-Rex is approaching and the glass of water shakes says it all.
Right.
Have you ever wondered how they achieved that? Well, it was by means of a guitar string attached under the car dashboard.
우와.
So I guess they were able to pluck that string, like
Right.
bring, bring, and that would cause the water to shiver a little bit.
네. 알고 보니까 간단한 거였네. 별거 아니었는데 쉽지만 그걸 생각해낸다는 게 얼마나 대단해요. 그죠?
You know, Steven Spielberg was fantastic at creating fear when you don't actually see anything.
Right.
Right? You know, Jaws,
Jaws.
he did a great job with Jaws. Yeah, exactly. And I think that's where I enjoy fear the most in a film is when you don't see it, but you hear it. Yeah.
저는 나중에 그런 영화 보러 가신다 그러면 데려가지 마시고 저
Okay.
그런 거 뭐
Okay, I got it.
절대로.
I understand.
네, okay, thank you very much. All right, so that's about it for today in history today.
Yeah, but first the answer to the quiz question. The question was the most renowned dinosaur movie of all time is known to be number 2, Jurassic Park.
Right.
All right, that's it for today in history. And when we come back, Matthew's Kitchen starts and it will be pizza time. Here's Katy Perry, E.T.